a while. I do want to welcome everyone aboard. Thank you guys for coming out. Thank you for your patience. I know waiting is not the funnest thing in the world. I usually have a 15-minute wait time after we board to make sure we get, you know, as many passengers as we can. But if we fill up like we did, we can just take off. So I like that we can just take off. I'm pretty impatient. Before we get started, I do want to welcome many of our active duty military, retired military members. Thank you all so much for your service. Being a veteran myself, I know it was not fun, but hey, we're home. That's all that matters. That's all I care about. Now, I do have a couple rules. I'm sorry. I know nobody likes rules, right? But they are here put in place for, I'm not sure why, but I do got to tell you, right? Reasons beyond my comprehension. So the first rule I got is everybody's got their phones out. Everyone's taking pictures, right? You guys can take as many pictures as you want, but you need to make sure that your flash is turned off on your phone. The reason why, if you look around, all this stuff is already lit up. Your flashlight on your phone is not going to do anything to illuminate this stuff, except for maybe blind the people around you, and maybe even me. Then I'm going to crash into a wall because I'm blinded by your flashlight, right? And I'm going to blame your flashlight on why I crashed and not those 12 margaritas I just drank. So, second rule, there's actually no smoking allowed on the river at all. You can't smoke on the boat or the sides. No vaping, dipping, tobacco, nothing like that. But drinking, where's my drinkers at? Where's my drinkers at? Yeah, there we go. Yeah! I just want to let you know there is no open container policy on the river. You can walk around down here with an open beer. You can go bar hopping place to place. There's no open container policy. The only open container policy I have on my boat is you got a container, you better open it. Let's see. Also, please do not stand up on the boat. We've got a lot of low bridges. Pretty self-explanatory. You stand up, you're going to have a bad time. Lastly, life jackets. We do have life jackets. Don't worry, though. You won't need them. The river's only 3 feet deep. If you fall in, just stand up. I promise you'll be okay. All right. I think we can finally get into this thing. You guys ready?
Yeah!
All right. The first thing I'm going to talk about is this giant bridge above us. Not this little one in front of us, but this huge one right here. Now, it is said that Steve-O did a backflip off of this bridge into the water right here, right? This story actually has 2 separate endings that I've heard, and I'm not sure which one's true, so I'm going to tell both of them and let you guys decide what you think really happened. It is said that Steve-O did a backflip off that bridge, right? He then landed in this river. Since it's illegal to swim in this river, he had to go ahead and get out of the river, run away from the park police, because they're going to snatch him up, put him in jail, and give him a big old fine, right? That's the first ending. The second ending I heard is Steve-O did a backflip off that bridge, landed in the river. Since it's only 3 feet deep, he broke both his ankles and had to go to the hospital. So now I leave it to you folks. What do you think really happened? Did he A, get away with it, or B, shatter his ankles into dust? Hey, we got some optimists. I like it, I like it. You guys are going to get tickled on the left side. Don't worry, it's not me, it's those leaves. So I do got to agree with you guys. It sounds like something that would happen to Steve-O. Breaking his ankles in the river. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. Sorry, Steve-O. You guys look behind us, you're going to see that big old statue of a woman holding a star. That is the Stargazer statue, everyone. Given to us a year and a half ago, it is the newest addition to the river. Yeah, it stands 16 feet tall. It's made of volcanic rock. And in her hand, you saw that star? There's actually a hole drilled through that star. That's what she's looking through. I'm telling you, there must be something mighty interesting sitting in that star, in that hole, because I've never seen her put it down. She holds that star up and looks through it all day long, 24 hours a day, everybody. Her arm must be tired and she must want to go to sleep, but she just can't stop looking. I guess I can go up there and find out what it is, but I have to stay with my boat at all times. So if I do go up there, I got to bring my boat up with me, and this thing weighs 6,000 pounds. So if you guys look back behind us now, there's a clearing here, and you're going to see in the distance there is a great big old tower. That is the Tower of the Americas, everybody. Does anybody know when and why that was built? The fair, that is right. They had the World's Fair in San Antonio in 1968, but we actually didn't have any tourist attractions before that was built. So everyone is going to come to the World's Fair and they're going to go, wow, San Antonio is boring, there's nothing to see here, right? They ended up building those attractions for the World's Fair so people had something to do. At the time of the tower's completion, it was the largest freestanding tower in America, standing at 750 feet. Because everything's bigger in Texas, right?
Sure.
Wrong! We got the Stratosphere in Vegas. Gosh darn it, we're number 2, but that's okay. I'm good with second place. Second place, that's still respectable. First loser, I'm good with that. At least we're not the Space Needle. Seattle. Space Needle. 605 feet, we're 750. Now, 750 feet is not a very small height. If you go up that tower, do not take the stairs, take the elevator. That's 962 steps to the top, everybody. If you're going to get to the 200 stairs, you're like, I have 800 more of this, I'm going back down. But yes, there's actually a restaurant at the top of it, and the whole thing spins around in circles. So while you guys are sitting down to eat, you will notice it looks like the whole city's rotating around you. Yeah. Don't worry though, it does spin very slowly. So I don't know if you guys don't know, centrifugal force and people full of food don't mix very well. They'd have to hire window cleaners to come out every 5 minutes, right? Takes 1 hour to do one full rotation. Alright, if you guys look back behind us now, up here on street level, you're going to see a great big red statue. Everyone see that statue back there? That is the Torch of Friendship, everybody. That was given to us in 2002 from Mexico as a sign of friendship. Isn't that crazy? Weighs 45 tons and it was made by the world-renowned Sebastian. Now, this is my favorite part of this story. I get to ask you guys, who here has heard of the world-renowned Sebastian? Yeah, that's the reaction I get every time. Nobody's ever heard of this guy. I don't know how you can be quote-unquote world-renowned if no one's ever heard of you, right? I think maybe it's a self-title he came up with it. He's just been telling people that. Yes! Happy birthday! You heard him, right? Over here on my right side, give that man a wave. How are you?
Hey!
So that one-room shack with the light river going across it, I want to let you guys know, keep in the back of your mind, I heard that took 18 months to build that. Now I'm going to talk about this 500-room hotel on our left. So, we're having the World's Fair here in 1968, right? The whole world's coming to the World's Fair. They needed to make as many hotels as they could to accommodate all the guests, and there was nothing but grass here. So they said, you know what, let's build a hotel right here. They got blueprints, some plans, some designs for a hotel, got them approved by the city, and then all they needed was a contractor to come build their hotel for them. This is where they ran into trouble. Every single contractor they asked said, nope, we're not doing it. Sorry, go find someone else. The reason why is they thought that building was going to take 7 years to build, but the World's Fair was in 1 year. So their time frame was just too tight. Their deadline was too close. They said, sorry, it's impossible. We can't do it for you. You're going to have to find someone else. Here's the kicker, though. That hotel was not built in that 7-year time frame. It was actually built in that 1 year time frame. Yeah, this is what they did. Each one of those rooms back there, each one of those cubes is a room. Every room was built 8 miles away in a factory. So they weren't built right here. They were built 8 miles away. They put down the floor, the carpets, built all the walls, put all the electricity through it, put the ceiling on top, all the lights in, and then they actually fully furnished them. So they were ready to sleep in when they left the factory. They had linens on the beds, covered from the book stands, toilets, showers, towels, mirrors, curtains, everything was ready to go. You could sleep in them, right? And then picked them up, shipped them over here, and one by one stacked them like a great big Lego building. It took 7 months to build that 7-year hotel. 7 months to build that. It has the world record for the fastest time to complete a building of its size. You guys don't think that's impressive? That one-room shack took 18 months. That 500-room hotel took 7. Yeah, that's gotta have the world record. There's no way. I guess that's the difference between a private contractor and city contractor.
Yeah.
So if you guys look ahead of us, you're going to see this bridge, right? I know everyone likes touching bridges. You might not want to touch this one. It's not bad luck or anything, it's just, it's not very clean. I like to call this Pigeon Bridge, my friends. Gross! Yeah, I actually had someone, I actually had a pigeon poop right on that seat right up there. It's up to you guys to figure out which seat. So, this bridge might not be very clean, but it is a pretty cool bridge in the fact that it's one of only 10 in America. There's only 10 of them here. We have 3 in San Antonio, 3 of them on this river. I can point one of them out later, but I might not. I kind of forget. You guys gotta hold me accountable, right? Just be like, hey, where's that bridge? All right, over here on our right side, this is Marriage Island, everybody. If you see this tree sitting on the island, you'll notice, if you look on the island itself, there's a bunch of roots. That's because this tree is the island itself. That whole island is the roots of that tree. Now, it's known as Marriage Island because it's naturally formed in the shape of a heart. It hosts 200 marriage ceremonies annually, and it is said to bring good luck, good fortune to anyone who gets married there. So what people like to do, they get married on that island, right? They rush off to Vegas for their honeymoon. I'm telling you, all that newfound luck does nothing because they lose big, man. They come back flat broke. And you know, people don't really like each other when they don't got money anymore, right? So they come over here on our right side. This is Divorce Island. See how sad and lonely it is? No one wanted to stick around after the divorce. That is just a joke, don't worry my friends. That is a normal island. But if you look at the distance, see that tower? That is Boone County Courthouse. That's where you really sign divorce papers, right? Luckily I've never had to go in there. Not for any sort of court. That's actually the oldest courthouse in Texas. The oldest continuously operating one, that is. It opened up in 1897 and has been open ever since. Why don't we talk about this great big building on our left now? This is the Tower of Life building because it's got a great big tower on it. Isn't that crazy? So if you look at the top of that tower, you're actually going to notice there's a bunch of gargoyles up there. Want to see those gargoyles sticking out of the top of the tower? I'd like to ask, does this building look familiar to anybody? Maybe you saw it in a movie? Alright, let's have a pop quiz. What movie you think this building was in? Was it A, Ghostbusters, B, Transformers, or C, Spider-Man?
Spider-Man.
Ghostbusters? Ghostbusters? Got some A's. I think I heard of Spider-Man. Oh, we got some Spider-Mans? Alright, let's get a drum roll, everybody. Drum roll, drum roll. The answer is... I made it up. It wasn't in a movie at all. I got y'all. I got y'all. The reason why everyone says Ghostbusters, though, is because those gargoyles at the top. Does anybody know why they put those gargoyles up there? I'm not gonna make something up. This. Yeah, it's protection. It's supposed to ward on evil spirits at that distance, right? It unfortunately did not work for that building. That building was completed in 1929, right after the Great Depression hit. They made it for $3 million, sold it for $300,000, a net loss of $2.7 million. What would you guys do if you woke up and you're missing $2.7 million from your bank account? You know how many V-Bucks that could buy? I asked that, someone was like, $37,500,000. I was like, what? How come you know how much V-Bucks cost? I guess he spent $37,500,000 on V-Bucks. If you guys look back behind us, you're going to see the whole ship, or the whole building looks like a bow of a ship entering into the river. See how it looks like a ship there? If you guys listen very carefully, you can hear the horn of that ship. I guess it might not be a ship, it might just be an old building, right? Did you hear that? It is a ship! You guys didn't believe me.
Good.
It's okay, we like to be corny sometimes, right? Alright, so we actually just entered into the deepest section of the river. This section goes up to 15 feet in depth because we have the flood control system right here. I'll talk a little bit more on flooding in a second. First, I want to point out this bridge in front of us. See this bridge here? If you look behind the concrete fence, there's a chain link fence on this bridge. There's a bunch of glistening lights and little bumps on that bridge. Everyone see those little bumps and lights? Those are the love locks, everybody. This is the love lock bridge that we got in San Antonio. So if you guys are looking for that, it's right here. What people do is there's a lock store up on here on the left. They go in that lock store, buy themselves a lock, they etch their initials and their lover's initials onto it, they lock it to the fence, and they take their keys, throw them into this section of the river right here. You can swim all day, there's thousands of keys back there, right? You are never going to find the keys for your lock, meaning that your guys' lock will be stuck to that fence forever. And as long as it is on that fence, you two will be stuck together forever. It's to symbolize your everlasting love. I guess some people didn't believe in forever and they didn't want to go swimming because they got themselves a combination lock, folks. Do not let your partner get a combination lock. That is bad news bearing. Alright, so the reason I'm telling you about the flood control system is because this river actually flooded 100 years ago in 1921, 9 feet above street level. So 9 feet above that bridge there is how high the water got during that flood. It was so severe, it caused millions of dollars of damage, killed 50 people, and the city council came together to try to figure out what can we do to prevent this from ever happening again. What they ended up trying to do is they wanted to fill this river with concrete powder and mix it up and make this one big crazy grass slab. They wanted to make it a big old sidewalk, right? Just get rid of the river altogether. Luckily, however, Robert Hugman, deemed the father of the Riverwalk, he came along and said, instead of wasting all that concrete powder and demolishing the river, why don't we just go ahead and, build a flood control system? It'll be way cheaper, we can control the water level, and we can actually open up business along the river's edge. It'll be hugely profitable for the city of San Antonio. So if it were not for Robert Hugman and his flood control system, nothing would be down here. There wouldn't be boats, no river, wouldn't be any wildlife, no foliage, no trees, no businesses, no people walking around, nothing. It would just be a big, empty, gray ditch, one big sidewalk. So we like to say, thank you, Robert Hugman, for saving the river. Over on our left, we got this big old tree. This is the oldest tree on the river. Yeah, this one with all the multicolored lights on it. So this is over 320 years old. Those lights actually grew on this tree like fruit naturally 100 or 300 years ago. 300-year-old lights, right? That is the Ben Milam tree, anybody? Anybody ever heard of the Ben Milam tree? Ben Milam? So Ben Milam was an American colonel who was shot from the top of that tree during the Battle of Bayhar and named it in his honor. Also, remember Robert Hugman, savior of the river? Right over here is Hugman's Oasis. No, back behind us. You're looking the wrong way. No, that's not where it is. It's over here. Why they have those tiki torches? That's Hugman's Oasis. Right? Now, I've only ever seen those torches turn off once. Those tiki torches